Guys, a couple weeks ago you guys participated in a mobility clinic. What I wanted to do today was to review some of the things that we went through. I know you guys have been working hard on all of the things that we worked on, specifically using the foam roller, some of the trigger point balls, and some other items. Today I'm just going to go through a quick review, but be mindful. Pause the video. Hold each stretch to be slow. About 90 seconds when we're feeling those exquisitely tender points to do that myofascial release or that trigger point release. And then just really feeling our tissue as we slowly roll over it, okay? So this video is going to be a little quick recap. Pause it. Take the time to hold on those points. Our pre-test that we did was just a deep squat, overhead reach. What you're doing there is straightening your arms all the way overhead, and our feet are a little bit bigger than shoulder width apart. We're just going to go down into that squat, ideally keeping those arms up overhead and then coming back out of it. And you might have noticed I was a little tight there with some things. We're going to see at the end of our movements that retest that movement again. Is it easier? Okay. It can be my lats. It could be my IT bands. It can be my hips are too tight, my knees or my ankles. So we're going to go through those mobilization techniques that we had gone through in our mobility clinic as a quick recap. Okay, so some key points that we walked through were the latissimus dorsi muscles. They were underneath, or they attach to the shoulder all the way down into the low back. So while I'm doing my shoulder release, or I like to call this the arm meadow, it's not a pit, it's a meadow. There's a lot of great muscles underneath there that I think we ignore, and every person's going to be a little different. As I roll back onto my scapula a little bit more, I feel a little bit less. As I roll onto that lateral border of my scapula, I feel quite a bit more. So I'm just going to sit there a little bit. I want to be mindful not to be out straight, because now I just took away the stretch off of my low back. So I'm going to bring my knees towards my chest, and I'm going to actually externally rotate my arm or my hand palm up to be able to lengthen that muscle a little bit more. If I want to work on stretching that a little bit more, I can reach a little bit and reach, and I can also add just a little bit of a twist to that. Again, that's further lengthening some of that rotation and my lats at the same time. I'm holding that whole 90 seconds that whole time. If you wanted to stop and just go to another position, go ahead and roll forward or backward, find another spot and hold there again. Okay, you're going to do that on both sides. We're going to move down to the hip. Another key point is that IT band as it attaches right into the pelvis. So it attaches to the top of the pelvis. So if you imagine my foam roller on my left side is actually hitting just below the top of my pelvis. And in here, I'm going to also do that same thing where I'm just trying to find where my spots are. Not everybody's going to have the same tension in the same spots every day, or even it might be side to side differences. So as I'm feeling here, I'm just going slowly, and I'm finding my spots actually a little bit more anterior in my TFL. So I'm going to sit there for a little bit, and I'm going to take this opportunity to lengthen my opposite side. So in this case, I'm stretching my quadratus lumborum and my glutes, my abductors, and my IT band on my opposite side while I hold this lovely compression on my left hip. Okay, so I just did some release through there. Again, pause that video and hold for your 90 seconds. Another wonderful, wonderful spot is going to be just about 6 inches above your knee. It's in your vastus lateralis here, where we get all these gluey adhesions from our IT band. And we're going to find that by just going slowly and going, oh, yep, right there. That's my spot. I'm going to hold again for 90 seconds. And sink into that. Do not get off of that spot. If you feel like your tenderness goes away, just move just a hair until you find maybe a little bit more tenderness there. Because I'm in this position, I'm going to go switch right into my hamstring mobility here as well. Our hamstring muscle is a little bit more bulky, right in this like lower 1/3 of the muscle here. So one of the things with your hamstrings is that, again, you're going to roll until you find that exquisite spot. If you find something there, go ahead and hold it or even stretch into that a little bit more. These muscles, these long muscles, are lovely to just do a nice slow release. It should take you about 90 seconds or so, at least 60 seconds to get in through there. Okay, we're going to go down into the calf muscle. This one, I like to really sit into this cross-legged position. Let those feet relax as you just kind of find rolling out or rolling in. You're going to find your spot, okay? Each person's spot is different. I'm going to roll down into that soleus just a little bit more. For me, that's a little bit more dicey today, so I'm just going to hold there a little bit longer. Okay, so now we're going to move to the front body a little bit, or our quadriceps muscles. And you can do this in any order. There's not necessarily one specific order. I'm going to go ahead and bend my left leg and put more weight onto that left side as I roll through there. So I'm lengthening my muscle and fascia a little bit while I sink in and slowly find that. If you find that exquisite spot, oh my gosh, that feels so painfully good, I'm going to stop on there and just kind of move around a little bit until I really feel like, yep, that's the spot. Okay, again, I might take about a full 90 seconds to really slowly roll through there, stopping on any points that really feel lovely to me. Good. Last but not least is our thoracic mobility. We're going to go into butt down position, knees bent. Knees bent supports our low back. If I start to go into knees unbent, I'm just arching at my low back. So no point in doing that. Bend your knees, support your head with your hands, and go ahead and just let your elbows fall out and extend. I'm right around my bra strap right here. So just kind of starting in that point, but I'm going to just slowly move up or down, just finding what spots are my spots, okay? I can massage a little slowly. I might feel some cavitations or some pops in my back, and that's all just fine. If I want to feel like my spine is stretching a little bit more, not just my pectoralis muscles, I'm just going to bring my elbows in and bring my chin into a tucked position. As I drive that chin tuck position, I'm now doing a little bit more thoracic spine mobility instead of that pectoralis stretch. Good. I'm going to move one vertebrae. You do some chin tucks there, move one vertebrae, and then again, maybe 5-6 chin tucks through that position. The reason why we're doing a chin tuck is that we don't want this to just be neck mobility. We want it to think of more thoracic spine mobility. And in the same category of that thoracic spine and shoulder mobility, we're going to do some shoulder opening. And we're going to just lay on our foam roller so that our tail is all the way on and our head is all the way on. So we're in that neutral position, drawing in our lower abdominal muscles gently so that we're not just arching away from the foam roller. We're going to go ahead and open up into, we can start with a T, and then 2 minutes later, or whenever you touch the floor comfortably without any stretch at all, you can go into a Y. Pause the video, come back to me. We're going to an I. And again, I might hang out here for, 1 to 2 minutes until I really feel like I'm comfortably relaxed into that position. And then I'm going to be a field goal post. My shoulders are at 90 degrees and my elbows are at 90 degrees. As I sit there and hold, I'm going to focus on my breathing so that I get that rib mobility as well and learn how to relax into those positions. We can progress so many more things with this, but I want you guys to all start with some of those things to get those shoulders loosened up, hips loosened up, low back loosened up, and especially that thoracic spine that gets all gummed up, loosened up. Let's see how I do with my deep squat overhead reach after I did just that one side even. And we're going to go down and back up. That feels better. Did it look better? Thanks for joining me again. Jennifer Jeske, Doctor of Physical Therapy with Optimal Physical Therapy. I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I hope you guys keep moving more comfortably and successfully without any injuries. Thanks, and have a good one.